I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands.
G'day guys, welcome back to Tradio Podcast, proudly powered by Trade Tools. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Brad. I myself am a tradie, but I've recently hung up the tool belt to bring you guys podcasts and videos courtesy of Trade Tools. So in this podcast, I interview tradies and people at different stages in their careers and from all walks of life. We'd like to say thanks for listening to Tradio and enjoy.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
All right, have I got both of you guys there, Anthony and Daniel?
Yep.
All right, Anthony, I want to try and pronounce your surname.
Yeah.
Is it Zdjelarevic?
Zdjelarevic.
Zdjelarevic. Oh, I was close.
Yeah.
I was close. Well, I suppose we'll start with you, Anthony. Can you just give us your name, title, and role, mate?
Yeah, my name's Anthony Zdjelarevic, and I'm an leading Seaman electronic technician Submariner.
And Daniel Sheppard.
Yeah, so I'm a marine technician, able seaman in the Navy. I'm currently posted to HMAS Collins as the weapons maintainer.
Right.
Yep.
So are you guys actually on base, I suppose you'd call it? Because I can't see you, obviously.
Yeah, we're currently located on Diamantina Wharf, just in front of HMAS HMAS Farnham and HMAS Collins.
I'm trying to picture your backdrop. What can we see behind you guys there at the moment?
So pretty much we've got two submarines behind us. So we've got HMAS Collins inside, and then on the outside we've got HMAS Farnham. So they're actually doubled up at the moment. So it works quite well with having two boats in the background.
Yeah, very good. I can't wait to see the footage. So one at a time, let us know why you guys actually joined the Navy.
So I joined the Navy to basically experience some new things, get a trade, and basically travel the world, hopefully, and see as much as I can. I enjoy traveling, so the Navy pays me to do it, which is amazing, and pays me to train.
Yeah, right. How long have you been in the Navy?
So I've been in the Navy for 10 years as of March this year, and been a qualified submariner for 7 years as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, long haul, mate, 10 years. Do you get long service leave, mate?
Yeah, I did, just in March. So 3 months of paid leave, just trying to figure out how I'm going to use it.
Yeah, right. Excellent. And what about yourself? It was Daniel?
Yeah, so I pretty much joined up for similar reasons. Just I grew up in North Queensland, just wanted to get out and see more of the world / Australia. And yeah, since I've joined the Navy, well, last year alone, visited 6 countries and lived in most capital cities in Australia. So it's been a real experience, and yeah, I love it.
Anthony, you've probably travelled most of the world by now, have you?
Unfortunately not. I've done a lot of trips around Australia, and the countries I've been to, I can't really tell you about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, true. So I'm very curious, as I reckon a lot of the listeners would be too, like how many subs are actually in use at the moment, if you can tell me?
Yeah, so we've got 6 Collins class submarines, and currently we have 4 in the water, 1 in an intermediate docking cycle, so that's its half yearly cycle, and then 1 in its full cycle docking coming out in the middle of this year. So any one time we usually have about 4 or 5 submarines in the water and ready to go.
Wow. Yeah, I had no idea that they were still so active, you know. I guess as just a runabout civilian, most of us assume that subs were, you know, used more in the past and they seem sort of forgotten about, but I guess not.
No, so with the updating in technology and the reliability of the Collins class submarine, we're able to put our boats or submarines at sea even more than we did used to. And the capability is even better than before with technology upgrades.
Yeah, they're definitely getting
true,
use out of them.
course.
Like last year alone, we did about 200 sea days, so that's actually at sea.
Right. What did you guys see in yourselves to figure out that you'd be a good fit for the Navy?
It's all about just having a crack. So basically, just jump in, have a go, do the assessments, jump on, do your U session, find out what jobs you can unlock, and then see where you can take your career. Basically, it's up to you to. The Navy's there to train you. The Navy's never here to make you fail in any kind of way. We're looking for all kinds of people to build our workforce and maintain the Navy.
Yeah, right.
So really, it's just about jumping in, having a go, and seeing if the job's right for you.
Yep. Were you guys? Did you guys have a trade background at all before you joined?
I was a qualified butcher before I joined, and I was just after something different, completely different, I guess. So yeah, marine technician, submariner was a pretty good choice in my opinion.
And myself, I finished school and did a couple of part-time jobs before ending up joining the Navy, and had no qualifications to come in with.
Yep.
Straight from year 12, and then the Navy trained me, all paid training down at HMAS Cerberus, just in Victoria on the Mornington Peninsula.
Yeah, right. So, physical fitness, how stringent was that when you guys joined?
So obviously fitness is a big thing in the ADF. We've got a lot of sports within the ADF, so they want to maintain our fitness. And if we maintain our fitness, then we can continue to go to sea, and we have our platforms at sea, and we can continue to work. Basically, we tell everyone to have a look at the ADF fitness app before joining the Navy, or the Defence Force in that fact. That way it can give you a baseline to where you can start, and you can just improve on your fitness. When you're getting into recruit school or any other initial training, you'll be able to do PT anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week. So you'll maintain that fitness, and if not, you'll improve that fitness while you're in training.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely provide every opportunity for you to maintain that and improve on it.
Yeah, copy that. How long did the process take to actually go from enrolling to actually working on the subs and, actually going?
As far as times for enlisting to becoming a qualified submariner, it varies for each person. Myself, it was about 6 to 9 months actually going through the process of enlisting. And then to become a qualified submariner, it was probably about another 18 months after that.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. That's it's faster than I would have thought. Yeah. Once you did join, what basic training do you have to undertake?
Yeah, so the basic training, it depends on any kind of category that you come in. If we're going to focus on the technical roles, you'll come in, you'll do recruit school, which is approximately 12 weeks or 11 weeks long, sorry. And then you'll go off and do your category training, so your rate training. So if it was marine technician, your training is approximately 2 years down at Cerberus, and you'll come out with your qualifications there. For electronic technician, it's approximately 18 months down there, and again, you'll come out with the qualifications, so you'll be working force straight away.
Right. What's the biggest challenge you guys faced during your training?
Good question.
I guess the biggest challenge is just sort of keeping on top of it. Like, it's really self-driven training. The Navy helps you along the way, but there is just a lot of content to learn. But yeah, like I said, they help you every step of the way, and you're definitely not alone in that learning process.
Yeah, right. Why did you decide to pursue a trade in the Defence Force rather than just a civilian trade?
Job stability is always a big factor, especially in the current sort of climate. It's definitely a big thing for me. Yeah, that was probably one of my deciding factors. Yeah,
that job stability and that paycheck. You're going to get the paycheck as soon as you walk in the front door, and your pay increments come up with your skill grades. So each basically qualification that you receive, you will also get a pay rise with that. The advantage of being able to travel within the ADF and being paid at the same time and having everything there for you.
Yeah, for sure. It makes complete sense to me. So for curiosity's sake, can you share with us as best you can a typical day when you're actually on the submarine?
Yeah, so a typical day when we're on our submarine is we work in 2 watches. So we work 6 hours on, 6 hours off, 6 hours on, 6 hours off. So that can be anywhere between 5 to 55 days while we're at sea. So when you're on watch, usually you're doing your core roles. So as an electronic technician, I'll do maintenance either on the combat system, the navigational aids, communication equipment. And then if you're off watch, that's your own time. So you can either play PlayStation, watch movies, eat some food, relax, go to bed. I'm big for sleeping, so usually those 6 hours off, I'll be in bed the whole time. I'll let Daniel talk about the marine technician.
Yeah, so marine technicians are quite busy at sea. We have a very active role as far as maintaining all the systems on board, making sure they're in good working order. Yeah, but it's still the same watch routine, so 6 hours on, 6 hours off. And yeah, I'm pretty much the same. In that 6 hours, I'm sleeping.
Yep. So how long is the longest you guys have actually spent out on a sub?
So personally, I've been to sea for approximately 55 days. So that was my maximum amount of time at sea. But we usually average anywhere between 2 weeks to 4 weeks, depending on our exercises and our requirements.
Yeah, and I'm about 40 days, I think, is the longest I've been.
Yeah, right. Are all the subs the same when it comes to like design and layout or floor space, for lack of a better term?
Slight differences, but they're minimal.
Yep. And how much Because I've got an image in my head of, a fairly claustrophobic environment. Is that correct to assume?
No, so I'm just over 6 foot, and there's only a couple of valves you'll hit your head on, but you hit your head once and then you'll definitely remember where that valve is. But yeah, there's plenty of room on the submarine. The recreational spaces and the beds have enough room. Weapon stowage, if you need even more room, you could go in there. But yeah, there's no short or confined spaces in the submarine, and everyone's very surprised when they come down and see that for the first time.
Yeah. So it's not like most of them old movies would lead you to believe.
No, slightly more room.
So you guys have been in the Navy for quite a while now. What changes have you seen in the trade space over that time?
Technology upgrades, really. So working with electronic equipment, technology is always updating, and probably the way we go about our maintenance, it's a lot more streamlined now. There's a lot more resources, so if we need parts, they're a lot easier to come by due to manufacturing, and the resources that we have available are much easier to use. Yeah,
Roger. I can hear alarm, beep or something in the background there. Is that a sub?
Yeah, no, it's one of the ships.
Ah, Roger. Yeah. What kind of tools or systems do you work with on a submarine?
So systems we work with are air, hydraulics, refrigerant, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything you can think of.
What are some of the things that typically need maintenance or fixing on the subs when you're down there?
Big things always air and hydraulics. They're your main life source, I guess, on the submarine.
Yep.
Yeah, they're probably the biggest systems that we have, and the complexity of those is just incredible. Like, you're always learning. Some things just baffles your mind.
When it comes to the oxygen on the sub, is it fed in artificially, or is there like air tanks?
So to change out the oxygen on board, we do what we call snorting. So that there's running our diesels, and that there just replenishes the atmosphere on board.
Yeah, right. Pretty cool, eh? How deep can they dive, these subs?
You'd have to get on one to find out.
So the only thing we can tell you for that is that we can go to 180 metres because that's what our escape suits are rated to.
Okay, right.
We may go further or we may not. That's something to find out once you become a qualified submariner.
True. In other words, shut up, Brad. Stop asking questions. All right. If you're someone with no trade experience, where and how do they start to teach you how to work, build and fix such complex systems?
Yeah, so they just start with the basics. Straight after recruit school, they take you all through initial technical training and just everything from basic hand tools to metal fabrication. Yeah, they coach you through everything. So there's no dramas there. If you've got no trade experience, you can just come in off the street and fulfill that role, and they will train you.
Sweet. So what is your advice for someone trying to figure out what submariner trade might be right for them?
Jump on the Defence Jobs website. Have a look on there. Have a look at all of the submariner jobs and see what stands out the most. The technical roles are amazing because you'll be an operator and a maintainer. So as an electronic technician, I'm in the warfare aspect as well. I never thought I'd be involved in that, but it's really mind stimulating at the same time, plus doing the technical role, so you keep your hands busy as well. The marine technicians also operate the other systems on board. So the diving safety console, they'll move the periscopes, they'll help with the warfare aspect as well. They'll be heavily involved in that, where you won't get that kind of aspect on a surface fleet. You'll be heavily a maintainer. So jump on the Defence Jobs website, scroll through there, see what stands out to you, and put in an expression of interest, or go to a U session. U sessions are basically, they'll give you more information and they'll let you talk to a defence personnel person one-on-one, and they'll give you all the information that you want to know.
And if it comes to it, like, they'll put you in contact with someone who is in that role currently and let them talk to you about that job.
Yep. Good answer. So for you guys, what drives you in your role every day? Every day you wake up and go to work. What's your drive?
It's just good knowing that you achieve something and you can go home at the end of the day saying, oh yeah, I've left the platform in a really good state and we're good to sail, good to go to sea. Yeah, that's a really good feeling.
As a submariner, we're always learning. Like, you might be doing courses to upskill, or you might just find new valves or new parts of a system on board the submarine that you haven't quite looked at, and you'll just get a further understanding of how this amazing platform works and how we use it.
Yeah, cool. So career highlights, guys. What stands out in your minds?
I guess for me, career highlight was last year, visiting so many different places, and just the experiences there was my highlight for me anyway.
My highlight of my career was probably when I actually received my dolphins. I'd worked so many months and spent so much time away, being on the West Coast from my family and stuff like that, and to be able to show people what you've achieved in your career just by walking around with your dolphins on your chest.
Yeah, very cool. Have you guys been on deployment?
Yeah, last year we went on 2 different deployments, and then we're going for a maintenance period soon, so that's us. Yeah,
and I've done an operational deployment, so all the good stuff that you aren't actually allowed to tell anyone about, but it was such an amazing experience.
So I suppose it's pretty similar to, I guess, all the training you do. While you're on deployment, you're still maintaining everything and keeping it all in good working order, hey?
Yeah, so I guess duties that we have, so duties I have while I'm at sea is diving and surfacing the submarine. Someone else is telling me to do it, but yeah, I'd physically do that there. And just maintaining all the systems on board, everything from hydraulic pumps, swapping those out, to electrical fault finding. It's very broad as far as you're learning.
Yeah, and I guess my duties on board the submarine is working in the track motion analysis department, kind of. So working on the combat system, and then working in that warfare aspect, and then also doing my maintenance at sea, making sure that our navigational and combat systems, sonar, communication equipment is still in good use, that we can use it when we need it.
Yeah, Roger. What is the most unexpected skill or piece of knowledge you've picked up since being with the ADF?
I'd say for me it'd be weapons. It's not something I expected to be doing, but it's something that I quite enjoy. So maintaining all the weapon systems on board and being there to actually fire them is a pretty unique experience and something I didn't expect.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't even really think of anything right now. Skills. The ability to basically walk onto a platform and everyone can see that you've got dolphins and you can just fit straight into it with everyone. Everyone's quite accommodating. So some of the skills that you probably work on are like your people skills. Being on a submarine and there's 60 people on there, like you really improve your people skills. You really feel how everyone else is feeling and be able to adapt to that.
Just group cohesion.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that. I suppose you have to learn to adapt pretty well. So what are you guys most proud of in relation to your careers so far?
It's probably how I touched on before. When I actually received my dolphins, a lot of people work very hard to receive their dolphins, and some people find that it's not exactly for them. Just like some people get into the Navy and realise it's not exactly for them. But being able to stick it out and getting the fulfilment, once you're that fully trained force and being able to do your job and everyone knows that you can do your job, just have so much pride in yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If anything, guys, what would you do differently in your career?
I don't know. I don't think I would.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't change a thing, to tell you the truth. Obviously, I've been here for 10 years, so I did my initial contract, enjoyed it that much, so I've hung around for another 4 years. So personally, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, my contract's up.
Yeah, that speaks volumes for the ADF. You know, if you guys, when you look back, wouldn't change a thing, because there's heaps I'd change if I could turn the clock back. But if you guys say you wouldn't change anything, that's pretty incredible, eh? So what would you guys still like to achieve in your career in the Defence Force?
At the moment, I'm studying at TAFE off my own back, so I go to night school. The Defence Force is partially funding that, so that's quite amazing in itself. So at the end of it, I should have an advanced diploma in electrical engineering, so I can potentially use that for an avenue into university. So at the moment, I'm looking at potentially changing over to weapons electrical engineering officer, so to try and continue using the electrical or electronics field that I know and further my career by potentially commissioning.
So you said the Defence Force is partly backing that study you're doing too?
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good. I've done podcasts with Air Force, Army and you guys now, and I have not seen many negatives at all. Like, especially for young blokes, you know, looking to kick off their career, I think you'd be mad not to check out the Defence Force.
Yeah, they definitely take care of you in all aspects. Family life, travel, that sort of stuff. Yeah, they definitely don't leave you high and dry, and there's plenty of opportunity there to learn and further your career. Yeah,
for sure. We'll wrap this up soon, guys, but the last question I have is what advice would you give to young men or women looking to join the ADF, you know, whatever branch, whether it's the Army, Air Force or the Navy? What advice would you have for young go-getters?
Just give it a go, talk to people actually in those roles and find out what fits you, I guess.
Yeah, jump on the Defence Jobs website, go through everything, have a look at everything, compare it to what you want to potentially do on the outside. Have a look at the qualifications that the ADF may be able to give you, some of the benefits they also may be able to give you. Have a look at where bases or establishments are located, and then you can really depict where you want to spend your career. The advantage of submarines is they are located in the West, so there is that security of staying in the West. All our training is done over here as well, so that security was one of the driving points that made me pick Submariner. And then electronic technician was because I got a trade out of it that I was interested in.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thanks heaps for jumping on the call, guys, and thanks for your service too, fellas, and hopefully inspire a couple of young people or whoever it may be to look into Defence Force careers.
No worries, hopefully.
No worries.
When it rains, it pours. Water's up.
Well, there we have it. Another episode wrapped up, guys. You can email me at tradio@tradetools.com or message the Trade Tools social pages with any topics you'd like to hear about. And of course, be sure to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date. Until the next episode, see ya!
Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Where you find me? Hope you find me when the sun rises.